Hey, what's up guys, it's Queen here. Today I'm going to bring to you a very different episode from the rest of the videos. I need a new smartphone. Yeah, it's not so hard to need a new smartphone. All you need to do is just wear your clothes, go into the retail store, ask for a new smartphone. Anyone, it could be an iPhone, it could be a Samsung, it could be a Nokia device, it could be a OnePlus device, and also many out there. So, but there are 5 things like you need to know in order to pick a perfect smartphone. And these 5 things are the internet speed, the battery, the storage, the camera, the RAM management capacity. So okay, sorry, let me line it up very well for you. The internet speed, the battery, right? The battery, the storage, the camera, and the RAM management. You need to have these 5 things in order to get yourself the good smartphone. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you or tell you something that is just really crazy about all of this. Now they are all in different colors because the green are like the ones you can like choose to use and just compromise a little bit with replacement. The yellow is like a little bit here and there you can compromise, or it's a fixed stuff. But the red is like it's a no-go area, at least for now. Without coding, it's a no-go area. Like yeah, it's stuck with it for life. So yeah, internet speed, we're in a world of fast internet. We need 4G at least, and we're moving to the 5G beta. If 5G is still beta, so you can afford to buy a 4G smartphone, there's no rush in that, there's no issue in that. You need to have a fast phone. That is the point I'm trying to establish there. The battery, oh my, this is a real strong talk for all of us. People, we all love battery. Everybody will appreciate that smartphone which can take us throughout the whole day without having to plug it in every single time, you know. I mean, you can go for a good battery, yeah, battery from at least 3000 mAh and up. I promise you they should at least get you throughout the whole day, if not throughout the whole day, at least most of the hours of the day. That kind of device should 3500 and above. There are still more smartphones all around, but that should be like a threshold. 35 and above can get you at least almost a whole day. The next thing is storage. I mean, storage, we all want to store our videos and pictures in a good place. You don't necessarily need to take it online every time you need to store a video. We need our videos locally on our phones. We need more space to do all of that. So at least the minimum recommendation of the storage should be like at least 32 gig minimum. Then any other one is just for management, like any other one below that just for management. But 32, I believe manufacturers should make their minimum 32 gigabytes of storage for your mobile device. Then now, speaking about the camera, cameras are like what we use nowadays. We live in an audio-visual society nowadays, so camera should be like an important, like a key feature among that. Now, if you pick the camera as one thing, but I mean, the threshold for camera should be 8 megapixel, budget or not budget, just 8 megapixel, if not even more. I pick 8 megapixel should be the budget or the threshold. So the last thing on the list here is the RAM management. I mean, come on, you need to have a fast device, no lags, free of all those glitches and all of that. At least the threshold here should be at least like 2.5 gigs of RAM, or 3 should be a threshold. This threshold I'm giving, if you get anything better, it or better, is going to be just so beautiful. And accompanied with all of this RAM management also, it has to do with something about your system, like how up to date is it, latest version of Android or iOS. Your RAM will be able to manage apps properly for you, so your phone will prevent lags and all of that. So all of this, the ones that you can improvise to survive without them. If you get a smartphone which does not have 4G network, you could buy a Wi-Fi, or if you have a Wi-Fi, you can connect your phone to a Wi-Fi that has 4G network. You're safe. Understand why it's in the green now? Yes, that's the point. The battery. You have a phone that does not have the battery capacity of 3000 or 35 mAh, but the battery dies a lot. Oh my god, that can be so frustrating. You can just choose to say you want to buy a power bank. That's the improvise with that. A power bank can do that very well and effectively. So now you're a fan of a power bank. You don't want to be carrying that big thing all around. You just want to carry a small thing. You could buy a power bank, regular small one, a big one, or the one that fits your phone, like the size of your phone. Like for example, there are some iPhone X casing out there with power banks, like the casing is the power bank itself. So you just plug in your phone, wear it as a pouch, and that's all you need to know. Speaking about the storage now, the storage, there's an improvise for storage. Always improvise, either SD card or memory zone stick, like we said in the last video. Memory zone, you can buy that and store your things. If you don't store them on the phone, you can move them to the memory card or the memory zone stick or the whatever. Understand? You can just take it out of the phone into that rather than wasting data to upload and everything. Speaking about the camera now the camera is in the yellow region because it's quite among the two, like the tight parts that you have to stay with for life, and the ones that are flexible, which you could change. Camera, you don't now. Camera is in the flexible part because you may be a photographer, for example. You don't really take pictures with your phone because you have one nice camera in the house, or you have some kind of video cameras around, so you don't really need your smartphone to do any video or pictures. You could just buy a regular smartphone that has all the other 4 qualities, but camera is not too there because you have your own camera, for example. But camera is one of it. Now the hard part of camera is the fact that you're not a photographer. You're not a photographer at all. If you buy a camera, there's nothing to do with the physical, the hardware. Camera is a hardware property of a smartphone. There's nothing you could do with it, so you just have to die. Like, you will die with the camera. The camera you buy is the one you end with till you change that smartphone. So you have to be careful when choosing a smartphone if you're not a photographer. Try it, be careful. So you have to be careful of the camera that you buy. The next one we're talking about is the RAM management. Oh, this one is in the red section. There is no trick or style out there except coding and rooting your device. That's it. But there is no other trick or style out there that you could do to change your RAM. I mean, if your phone is slow till you change it to a new device. It is slow for life, and that is so that's how slow your phone could get. Very slow. So you need to be careful. These are the 5 things you need to know about smartphones before you could choose to get a smartphone. Okay, now that it's done, don't forget the internet speed. Get a smartphone that has 4G because we're in the era of speed. I mean, 5G is around the corner. It's going to come out pretty soon, you know. And now that all this is done, what I had for you earlier that I said I would do is tell you that if you're the person who doesn't have time for all of this, all these things that we've just said, you don't have time, you just want to get a new smartphone and be okay. I mean, you can decide to quit all of this and buy a smartphone of $500 and above. I mean, if you buy this kind of smartphone, you should take at least 4 out of these 5 or 5 over 5. You could take everything at once, just buy a $500 smartphone. But if you have value for money, you can consider these 5, all of them. You can consider these 5. I hope this video was helpful, and if you like this video, you could subscribe to the channel to stay notified, stay updated, stay with the latest and greatest all of everything. And you can follow the blog on Twitter. The link to the blog is in the description. And you know, just keep doing what you do. That's it. I hope this video is very helpful to you guys. But on a more serious note, if you do want to have time for all of this I just said, just buy an expensive smartphone.